When you hear the word hacker, what do you see? Is it a teenager in a dark basement typing furiously to shut down the power grid? Is it a shadowy figure in a hoodie stealing millions from a bank? Or is it a genius in a white lab coat saving the world? For decades, Hollywood has taught us that a hacker is a villain, a digital bandit. But the reality of 2026 is much more complex. Today, the digital world is split into distinct tribes. Some want to break things, some want to fix them, some want to change the world, and some just want to make noise. If you want to understand cybersecurity, you have to understand the players on the field. Because in the digital age, the battlefield is everywhere and everyone is a soldier. In this video, we are diving deep into the 5 types of modern hackers. We will break down the black hats, the white hats, the gray hats, the hacktivists, and the script kiddies. We will explore their motives, their methods, and most importantly, how they are shaping the future of the internet. Grab your coffee, lock your doors, and let's hack into the psychology of the digital age. What is a hacker anyway? Before we label people, let's define the term. The word hacker originally didn't mean a criminal. It meant someone who was clever, who could make something work in a way it wasn't intended to, or who could break into a system to learn how it works. In the 1980s, hackers were pioneers. They built the internet. They wrote the first code. They were the digital equivalent of inventors. But as the internet became commercialized, money entered the equation. Suddenly, breaking into a system wasn't just about curiosity, it was about profit, power, and chaos. This is why we need these 5 categories. They represent the motive behind the method. Motivation, why are they doing it? Methodology, how are they doing it? Legality, is it legal? Let's start with the most infamous of them all. Black hat hacker, the digital bandit. At the very bottom of the moral spectrum sits the black hat hacker. If the internet is a city, the black hat is the armed robber. Their sole purpose is malice and profit. Who are they? They are organized crime syndicates, state-sponsored actors, and individual criminals. In 2026, black hats are no longer lone wolves, they are often gangs. What do they want? 1. Money, ransomware, cryptojacking, credit card theft. 2. Power, corporate espionage, political leverage. Chaos, disrupting critical infrastructure just for the lulz, or to prove a point. How do they operate? They use zero-day exploits, flaws the software makers don't know about yet, social engineering, and massive botnets. The most common tool of a black hat today is ransomware. They encrypt your files and demand payment in cryptocurrency, like Monero, to unlock them. They don't care if it's a hospital, a school, or a small business, they will encrypt it all. The scariest reality, black hats are getting smarter. With the rise of AI, they no longer need to write complex code themselves. They can use tools like HowFraud GPT, which we discussed in the previous video, to generate malware that is indistinguishable from legitimate software. The verdict: black hats are the existential threat to the modern internet. They are the reason we need firewalls, antivirus software, and cybersecurity professionals. Source: black hat hackers are unauthorized hackers who break into systems with malicious intent, typically for financial gain or to cause disruption. They operate illegally and often target organizations for ransom or data theft. 2. White hat hacker, the digital guardian. Now let's flip the script. Meet the white hat hacker. The white hat is the cybersecurity professional. They are the digital equivalent of a bodyguard, a locksmith, or a surgeon. They are paid to break into systems specifically so they can fix them. Who are they? They work for Fortune 500 companies, government agencies like the NSA or CISA, and cybersecurity firms like CrowdStrike or Mandiant. What do they do? Their job is penetration testing, or pen testing. They are hired by a company, e.g. Bank of America. 2. The company gives them permission to hack them. 3. The white hat tries to break in using the same methods a black hat would use. 4. If they succeed, they report the vulnerability and help the company patch it before a real criminal finds it. Think of it like this. You hire a security guard to try and break into your house. If he gets in, you fix the lock. That's white hat hacking. The bug bounty economy. A huge part of the white hat world is the bug bounty. Platforms like HackerOne and BugCrowd pay hackers to find flaws in websites. Find a minor bug? Get $50. Find a critical vulnerability in Facebook? Get $50,000. This incentivizes good behavior. It turns hackers into bounty hunters for the good guys. The verdict: white hats are the antibodies of the internet. Without them, we would be defenseless against the black hats. Source: white hat hackers are ethical hackers who use their skills to improve security by finding vulnerabilities and fixing them. They operate with permission and are essential for cybersecurity defense. 3. Gray hat hacker, the blurred line. This is where things get complicated. This is the gray hat hacker. The gray hat is the wild card. They operate in the shadows of legality. They don't have explicit permission to hack like a white hat, but they also don't have malicious intent like a black hat. Who are they? Often, they are talented amateurs or researchers who stumble upon a vulnerability while browsing the web. The classic scenario: a gray hat finds a vulnerability on a random website, a small e-commerce store. They break in. They don't steal credit card numbers. They don't deface the site. Instead, they leave a message: your security is weak. Here is how to fix it. Then they contact the owner. Why is this gray? Legally, this is hacking. They accessed a system without authorization. If the owner called the police, the gray hat could go to jail. However, morally, they did a good thing. They helped the company. The ethical dilemma. In 2026, the line is blurring further. Many gray hats believe in full disclosure, posting vulnerabilities publicly to force companies to fix them faster. Companies hate this because it exposes them. The verdict: gray hats are the Robin Hoods of the digital world. They break the law to do what they think is right, but they walk a tightrope between hero and villain. Source: gray hat hackers fall in between black and white hats. They may hack systems without permission, but do so without malicious intent, often disclosing vulnerabilities to the public or the affected party. 4. Hacktivist, the digital protester. Next up, we have the hacktivist. The name comes from hack plus activist. These are hackers with a cause. Unlike the black hat who hacks for money, or the white hat who hacks for a paycheck, the hacktivist hacks for ideology. Who are they? Famous groups include Anonymous, LulzSec, and various state-sponsored groups, like the Russian group Fancy Bear. What do they want? They want to make a political statement, expose corruption, or fight for freedom of speech. Target: a government censoring the internet? Hack them. Target: a company polluting the ocean? Leak their internal emails? Target: a regime oppressing citizens? Take down their power grid. Hacktivists often use distributed denial of service, DDoS attacks. This isn't about stealing data. It's about overwhelming a server so the website goes down. It's a digital sit-in. The controversy: are hacktivists heroes or terrorists? If they expose a dictator's crimes, they are heroes. But if they take down a hospital's website or leak private data of innocent people to make a point, many argue they are crossing the line into cyber terrorism. The verdict: hacktivists are the Robin Hoods of the internet, but they operate in a legal gray zone that is getting darker every year. Source: hacktivists are hackers who use their skills to promote a political agenda or social cause. They often target governments or corporations to protest against policies they disagree with. Script Kitty, the digital noisemaker. Finally, we arrive at the bottom of the barrel. Meet the Script Kitty. You might be laughing, but don't underestimate them. In many ways, the Script Kitty is the most dangerous volume hacker in the world. Who are they? They are amateurs. They have zero coding skills. They don't understand how networks work. They are often teenagers or bored college students. What do they want? They want lulz. They want to feel powerful. They want to be part of a group. How do they operate? They don't write code. They use point-and-click tools. They go to a website like Hack This Site or a YouTube tutorial. They download a pre-made tool, like a DDoS booter or a phishing kit. They click Start. Think of a Script Kitty as someone who steals a car, doesn't know how to drive, but causes a massive pileup anyway. Why are they dangerous? While they can't write complex malware, they can cause massive disruption. A Script Kitty can rent a botnet for $50 and launch a DDoS attack that takes down a small business's website for hours. To that business, the damage is real, even if the attacker is an idiot. The evolution. With AI, Script Kitties are getting smarter. They can now use ChatGPT to write their scripts for them. The barrier to entry has dropped to 0. Now, anyone can be a hacker. The verdict. Script Kitties are the cannon fodder of the cyber world. They are loud, annoying, and often reckless. But they are the entry point for the next generation of black hats. Source: Script kiddies are unskilled individuals who use pre-written scripts or tools to launch attacks, often without understanding how they work. They typically lack the expertise to write their own malicious code. Comparison analysis: the hacker spectrum. Let's put this all together. Here is how these 5 types compare across 2 key metrics: skill and intent. Let's break this down. On the left, we have the black hat. These are high-skill malicious actors operating illegally. With the sole goal of profit and power, think of their motto as simply, "Take the money." Next to them are the white hats. They also possess high skill, but their intent is completely benevolent. They operate legally and are paid to defend networks and fix vulnerabilities essentially. Their motto is, "Protect the network." Moving to the middle, we have the gray hat. These hackers sit in a gray area of legality with a mixed intent. They often break into systems without permission, but do so to expose flaws or fix them, leading to their classic line, "I'll tell you, but I broke in first." They target organizations to protest or create change, often walking a legal tightrope with the rallying cry, "The revolution will be digitized." Finally, at the bottom, we have the script kiddie. These are low-skill, chaotic individuals who use pre-made tools for attention and lulls. While their skills are low, they operate illegally, and their motto is a simple, boastful, "Look what I can do." And that is the landscape of modern hacking. Notice the trend? Skill increases as you move up the table. Script kiddies versus black hats. Legality is mostly ignored by black, gray, and script kiddies. White hats are the only ones operating fully within the law. But here is the scary part. AI is leveling the playing field. In the past, a script kiddie couldn't write a virus. Now they can ask ChatGPT to write a Python script to steal cookies, and they get a working virus. This means the gap between script kiddies and black hats is closing, and that is the biggest threat we face in 2026. The future, AI and the hacker evolution. We are entering a new era. Let's talk about the future. 1. The rise of the AI black hat. We are already seeing AI models like Worm GPT and Fraud GPT mentioned earlier. Soon, black hats won't need to be skilled programmers. They will just need to be good prompts. The script kiddie of 2030 will be an AI agent that writes its own malware. 2. The white hat arms race. To fight them, white hats are using AI too. They use Darkbert to scan the dark web for stolen data before it hits the market. It's a cat and mouse game, but the cats are getting robotic legs. 3. Hacktivism 2. Hacktivists will move from DDoS attacks to deepfakes. Imagine a hacktivist releasing a fake video of a CEO admitting to corruption, perfectly synced with their voice. That is the next battleground. Deepfake video example, clearly labeled as fake, and a screens. The definition of hacker is changing. It's no longer just about code. It's about synthetic reality. Who controls the narrative? Who controls the data? Which one are you? So, we've covered the landscape. We've met the bandits, the guardians, the rebels, and the amateurs. Which one are you? Are you the white hat protecting the digital frontier? Are you the black hat testing the limits of the law? Are you the gray hat walking the line? Are you a hacktivist fighting for a cause? Or are you a script kiddie learning the ropes? The truth is, most of us are a mix. We might do gray hat things when we test our own websites. We might act like hacktivists when we sign a petition online. And we all rely on white hats to keep us safe. The internet is a reflection of humanity. It has good, evil, chaos, and order. Understanding these archetypes helps us navigate that chaos. If you found this breakdown of the 5 hacker types helpful, please hit that like button. It helps the algorithm know that deep educational content matters. Subscribe for more cybersecurity breakdowns and drop a comment. Which hacker type do you respect the most? Stay safe, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.